Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here to talk about Dr. Leslie Dobson. She's a TikToker. I have used her content before in talking about family vloggers and the dangers of putting your kids on social media. And I received a couple questions. Did you see the video that she made about the shopping cart thing? Everyone's so mad at her. So I did look at the video and I wanted to share my thoughts. So if you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so Dr. Leslie Dobson put out a video just, I think, a couple days ago. And she, of course, I'm going to include it, but she was saying how she doesn't return her shopping cart at the grocery store because she's not going to leave her kids in the car unattended while she goes and returns the buggy at a little collection thing in the parking lot or to the front of the store. And she said she doesn't care if people judge her or get mad or anything or stare at her. So I'm going to be judging because this is absolutely ridiculous.
I'm not returning my shopping cart, and you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart. So if you're going to give me a dirty look, fuck off.
I can't believe that she put this video out, and it's the common, aside from it being courtesy and the decent and the good thing to do to return your shopping cart, it literally takes less than a minute to do so. The fact that she couldn't reconcile, why don't you, instead of saying, well, I'm not going to leave my kids in the car, blah, 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 like, and I understand that, like, leaving kids in the car is a risk and it's dangerous and all this stuff. But when you arrive to the grocery store, you get your kids out of the car, you walk with them to the front of the store, you get a cart, you go shopping, you come back, you unload your groceries with your kids still in the cart, and then you return the cart and you bring your kids with you back to the car. Like, why was that not even thought of? Nobody's asking you to leave your kids in the car, but people are making the very valid point that it is the courteous and right thing to do to return your shopping cart. It is one of the smallest things that you can do in your day-to-day life to show that you're not a self-centered idiot who's just running around not caring about other people cleaning up after you. You leave the store, you go to your car with the cart and your groceries, the cart and the kids, unload the groceries, leave the kids in the car, go return the cart, and then bring your kids back to the car so that they're with you the entire time. Why is that so difficult? There's something called the shopping cart theory that I've heard about for a very long time, and that is you can usually gauge what kind of person somebody is by whether or not they return their shopping cart. If you're the person to just leave it in the middle of the parking lot, park it up on a curb right next to someone else's car, if you're that kind of person, chances are you are extremely self-centered and you don't care about those around you. You probably care about your kids and your family, but as far as like caring about your community, your neighbors, people that exist in the same space as you, chances are you don't care about them.
I'm not returning my shopping cart.
I only have one fully functioning leg, and I return my shopping cart. Just FYI.
I'm not returning my shopping cart, and you can judge me all you want.
The shopping cart theory suggests that one of the best litmus tests for someone's morality and ability to self-govern is whether or not they'll replace a shopping cart. Now, the reason for this is that shopping cart replacement is usually very convenient, very straightforward, and almost always the right thing to do morally. Unless there is a severe emergency, you should always be returning the shopping cart. There just is no other way around it. But there's no real actual consequence to not returning a shopping cart. So if someone just doesn't do it, it has major implications for their moral character and ability to self-govern. The original post that actually put forward the shopping cart theory says that anyone who doesn't put their shopping cart back is no better than an animal, an absolute savage that can only be coerced into doing what's right by the threat of law coming down upon them. But let's look at the excuses that this woman uses. She says that it's dangerous for her to leave her children in the car so that she can go put the shopping cart back. But the truth is, there was at some point where the children had to be either taken or left behind to get the shopping cart in the first place. So I don't know if this was just like really, really good satire or rage bait or whatever, because it actually has so many philosophical implications for morality. When you say, I'm not going to do this, but you did these things to put yourself in that situation, you have to accept responsibility for whenever you're going to get a shopping cart, you're going to put it back. Society should expect that. And it's so simple and so easy. And I love that there are so many things we can learn from this.
I'm not returning my shopping cart, and you can judge me all you want.
Anytime I get the chance to talk about the shopping cart theory, I'm going to talk about the shopping cart theory. This is a perfect example of something as an adult that has no real consequences, but really shows how shitty a person is. And for this creator, I'm not sure, in their bio they say that there's satire, so I don't know if this is like a play on TikTok or something, but it's important because this creator says that she doesn't want to return the shopping cart because her kids are in the car and leave her kids, but it's pretty simple. Literally buy the shopping cart return right there. That's how you can return your shopping cart and be a decent human. But because there's no real consequences to not returning your shopping cart, these shittiest people just don't do it. And that's the shopping cart theory.
I remember as a kid growing up, I was always going to the grocery store, especially with my grandma or my dad. And a lot of times those things were done during the day when I was in school, but I did go to the grocery store a fair amount with both of them. And there were small little things that they taught me. And it's just tiny things that show other people that you care. Like before self-checkout was as big as it is now, when we would stand in line, you put the divider for the person behind you. When they're putting their stuff on the conveyor belt and it's right next to yours, put the divider there so that they don't have to reach up and try to grab one. If you're in the middle of an aisle, don't put your cart in the middle of the aisle. You're in everyone's way. Scoot over a little bit. Have some situational awareness. If you, in the middle of your shopping trip, decide that you no longer want this product, don't be that person that puts a pint of ice cream on a shelf next to crackers. Go put it back in the freezer section where you found it. You're ruining merchandise and you are just being very lazy and self-serving. So I want to know, how do y'all feel about Dr. Leslie? Like I said, I think that she's made some really valid content in the past, but this take that she had, it's always funny because it's like these creators have some good takes and then in a matter of time they say something like this and it just shows who they truly are. So I hope that she issues an apology. I hope that she listens to the people that have been giving her criticism and maybe takes a second look at this. It's just unfortunate, and it really, showed me exactly who she was. But of course, as other days recently, I've got 1.5 million things to do, so I'm gonna tie this up here. And yeah, I hope you all have an amazing weekend. I don't know what my content is going to be over the next couple of days, but yeah, I will see you soon, I'm sure. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.